Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's been an extraordinary 24 hours in the watch community with the sequence of events involving Timepiece Gentlemen's Anthony Farrar. The first I heard of this was a story in the watch collecting lifestyle internet magazine where it detailed a post by Anthony Farrar that apparently had been posted on Reddit by him, talking about how he owed a humongous $2 million in misplaced consignment watches to customers and dealers perhaps that he was supposed to be selling watches on their behalf. Now back in 2021 there was a similar situation that happened with a consignment from Timepiece Gentlemen. My first reaction was, okay, not again, but I didn't think too much of it because one thing I'm really kind of concerned not to do sometimes is straight away jump on the bandwagon when I hear news like this, because obviously it's, you don't want to knock somebody before you really know the facts. Well, that's all been blown in the water when yesterday Anthony released a video himself where he spoke about being in $5 million debt, $3 million of which was to, I think, 2 big investors and $2 million for smaller investors, perhaps people just like you and me, that had asked Anthony to sell watches for them in a consignment basis. That's an extraordinary, I mean, I can't tell you how shocked I was when I saw that video, and I thought to myself, you know, surely this can't be true. And as much as I'm hearing those kind of numbers, I'm thinking, no. I mean, firstly, I'd like to say, you know, I'm really, really sorry for anyone that has been involved in this scenario and maybe worried sick about where their money is right now. And I really, really hope that eventually there is some sort of positive resolution out of this. However, anyone in the UK at least knows that a reasonably well-to-do family with a 2-income household with a property worth £500,000 generally has to spend in upwards of 30 years repaying that property. So, I mean, that's just, so $5 million in comparison is just an exorbitant amount of money to be in debt. And going by what I know now, and just from the facts that I've seen in like everyone else, you know, I should imagine that's going to be a very difficult sum of money to pay back. And I find it hard to see how some people may not end up losing out financially as a result of this situation. Before I carry on, I'd just like to ask you guys watching if you could kindly like and subscribe if you like my content so far. I always try to give you, honestly, you know, the best information I can as far as I know. I mean, I have had a significant amount of views and some of my videos have done, you know, quite well. I've got around 45k views in total for my channel since I've, you know, started it back in, I think it was 2019. I'm closing in on 300 subscribers. I think I'm around 280 at the moment, something along those lines. Try and get me to that 300 mark at least. There's only 20 of you that have to do it. So, you know, give me the thumbs up and yeah, just go and subscribe if you can. So as I was saying, you know, a 2-income family in the UK knows how long they'd have to work to pay off a £500,000 mortgage. It's a crazy amount of money. I mean, I couldn't help but feel, don't get me wrong, and I'm not defending what's happened here at all, but Anthony looked like a broken man and you couldn't help but worry for his mental health and hope he's okay. But that's not excusing the anguish and pain that he, perhaps maybe by his actions, has now put on those that have, you know, tried to work with him. And I really hope something can be done so this doesn't end up just being a complete disaster for all parties involved. However, literally as I'm making this video, within the last hour, Anthony today has posted another video being extremely bullish in relation to his plans to solve his debt problem and make sure that everyone that's affected gets their money back. And for me, this is absolutely fantastic news for those involved that may be worried about their finances. That's going to be some enormous task, and I really hope some good can come of the words he said to them. You know, he wants to dig himself out of this hole and make sure that everyone affected can get their dues back. Now, how realistic that is, I don't really know. I'm going to be honest, I gave an example of a reasonably well-off family in the UK trying to pay off a £500,000 mortgage. You can imagine trying to solve a debt of £5 million. I mean, one thing when I hear these kind of stories, even, you know, in the past, you know, nothing to do with the watch world, anything like that. It's amazing to me how people can at times get hold of those sorts of substantial sums of money and use that money in a way in which they're not supposed to. And just how, you know, it's just, I just can't fathom how that sort of thing happens. And it's happened time and time again. One thing I would like to say, I think this is a lesson for everyone. And I think I've alluded to this in some of my previous videos, I can't remember which ones. And I would just say, look, you know, when it comes to dealing with money you've worked hard for, you know, you really have to be extremely cautious about who you give your money to, who you make business deals with. Because the last thing you want to be is in a situation where you end up losing everything. So please do be careful. In this watch business, I think if anything, you know, look, I think anything that involves fame, money, wealth, there's always going to be a risk involved. So they're my thoughts on the matter at the moment, and there's not really much more for me to say. I think I've got a link to both of Anthony's videos in the description, so do watch them. Really happy that Anthony's trying to do something about it, and I hope something good comes of that. I wish everyone well watching the channel. As I said earlier, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I could really appreciate the support. And the good thing about my channel, I'm small enough where if you do leave a comment on my videos or something like that, I will absolutely respond. Anyway, that's it from me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.